same coffee with different compositions, with different way of drinking is going to impact your body differently. Hi guys, so today we are going to talk about something very interesting, that is the way of herbology. So I'm an acupuncture doctor, but when we learn TCM, we have to learn about the herbs as well, because herbs, medicine, everything has, at the end of the day, they are treating the same body. So you have to know how to use different kinds of herbs. So in that process, the reason why I'm making this video is that when you're learning herbology, or you're even making food at home or cooking food, or even taking a cup of coffee, it makes a huge difference on your body, on how you prepare it, how you consume it, how the coffee or how the herbs are actually made. So it is not as simple as like you take bunch of ingredients, you put them together, boil it, drink it, and it will do its job. So when I was learning herbology in our university, so we were always taught that, if a particular disorder has this symptoms, then you use this particular herbs in this particular quantity, and then it will give you an effect. So you have an ideology. It is kind of a Western medicine concept actually, that we have started to use herbs as modern medicines like chemicals. So you have a patient coming in, you check him, you know he has this disorder, say migraine, then you use particular herbs, you just give it to him. The standardization of the herbs is what makes even Ayurveda or TCM into a Western medicinized treatment. So it is the way of preparing the herbs, it is the way of prescribing the herb, it is the way of taking the herb. That is what actually differentiates between Western medicine and Ayurveda. It is not just that the herbs that you give is going to determine if it is Western medicine or Ayurveda. So it is not that if you give herbs, then it is going to be Ayurveda. If you give chemicals like paracetamol, it is going to be Western medicine. No, it is how you diagnose the patient, how you collect the herbs, how you prepare the medicine is what determines how it is going to function in your body. So let us go from a very simple understanding of how the medicine actually is prepared. So when you have a particular medicine that you are supposed to give it to a patient, first of all, you have to know the properties of that medicine, where it is grown, what are the climatic condition, what is the soil texture, the geography, everything about that medicine, how it is removed, how it is prepared, the initial preparation from removing it from the earth and preparing it for certain conditioning. Also, after that medicine is available in the market, say you have a particular medicine called chanpi. The chanpi is basically, to be in simple words, it is like a old peel of orange. So orange peel is fresh, it has different properties, but when that orange peel is prepared in such a way that it is dried, so dried, slow, dried, so 9 times, then the property of that thing changes. So this is how the herbs are. Then after you bring it to your pharmacy, before going to the patient, how do you prepare it? Are you giving it directly? Are you making it into a powder? Are you making it into a kada or like decoction? Or you are just giving it as a side component? So all these things determine how that medicine is going to affect his body. After this, when I was learning this medicine in a university, you talk about how the preparation works, how everything works, but at the end of the day, when you are in a hospital, you are always told that, if you have this condition of a patient, you are giving this medicine with this proportion to the patient in this particular form. But the intermediate part of diagnosing the patient, what that patient's body structure is, how that medicine, when he is going to consume, is going to be different for that particular person or some other person, is never taught. We are generalizing for the ease of prescribing the medicine, and hence we are losing the touch of how ancient used to prescribe the medicine. So I was always wondering, if I don't find a particular medicine in India. When I was learning in China, I asked people like, these medicines that I'm learning in the university, they are present only in China. I will not get these medicines in India. So what am I supposed to do? So all this knowledge that I've attained about the medicine, is it going to be waste? Is it going to have no use for me? Then what is the point of spending so many hours studying them? So it was bothering me a lot. So that is why I started going deep into acupuncture more and more and started ignoring medicines. But then I came across a very enlightened doctor, Mr. Lishin, and I asked this question to him because he has a very unique way of explaining the use of herbology. So he would talk about how every individual has this different energy, how every individual's body structure is unique, how that person, if he takes a particular medicine, how that medicine is going to affect his body, how that change in characteristics of medicine through the methods of preparation is going to change the way the medicine works for the same person. And I was very curious, like, because it is all about the energy, the taste, the quality, the quantity, everything matters in herbology. So I was curious on if he can answer my question. So I asked him, Doctor, how is that this knowledge that I'm gaining from you is going to be useful in India? Because I am not going to find these medicines. And then he told me, I'm never teaching you how to use this particular medicine. I am teaching you the way of the herbology. How, if you even take rice for example, how you can cook rice in different ways and give it to patient and have different impact on his life. That is the way of the medicine. That is the most essential part. And then he told me an example of coffee. And I started discovering that even as simple as coffee as a drink can be used as a medicine. So let us take an example of coffee to understand how even simple as coffee can have different impact. So first start from the basics, how a coffee of different nature, different locations can taste different. We know this because we go to Starbucks, the taste is different. We taste Nescafe, it is different. We taste some other Blue Mountain coffee, it is different. So every coffee that we taste has a different nature. You taste it inside your mouth, you feel the taste is different. When your taste is different on your tongue, that means it is going to travel differently in your body. So the tongue is the most important part. The tongue, why we need taste? If the food is anyway going to the body, if whatever you eat, however you eat, if you drink coffee, eat food, everything together, or you take it separately, everything is going to go into the same stomach. That is our notion, right? Like whatever you eat, however you eat, it is going to go stomach. It is mixed in the stomach. Then why does it matter the taste? Why everything has different taste? It can be same taste because after all, it's going to end up the same place. That question itself answers a lot of things. So this tongue is very essential because the tongue results in the tagging of the food that you're consuming. It is similar to going to an airport. You go to an airport, you're checking your baggage. The same counters are checking baggage for different flights. One flight is going to Goa, it is still the luggage is still checked in at the same counter. If the flight is going to Bangalore, it is going to get checked in at the same counter. Even if the flight is traveling internationally, it is going to be checked in the same counter. Then how does the counter determine that your luggage, which is getting checked in right now, is going to go to that particular flight? It is the tag, it is the coding system. So when they put that tag, that barcode on that luggage, when it travels through that detecting system, it is going to make sure that your luggage is boarded into the same flight as you're traveling. So same way, when you taste something in your mouth, that taste is very essential. That taste, if it is sour, it is how sour it is. It is lemon sour, it is orange sour, if it is tamarind sour, is going to determine which organ it is going to go, which acupuncture channel it is going to go, how much deeper it is going to go into your system, how it will impact the energy change in your body. Everything. You take a example of sour lemon, it is going to squeeze in your mouth. You will like that. That feel is how your body's energy is going to react. While you take spicy, your mouth is going to go expanding. You do like, so your whole body is going to open. So when you take spicy things, your whole body is start to sweat. It is going to open. So lot of decoctions, like for example, when you are having fever or when you are having cold, your whole body is kind of blocked. Your whole skin is blocked. So you take something like pepper. So a lot of Ayurvedic preparation which are used to treat cold has this pepper in it. We call it miria in Konkani. So that pepper has this ability of opening things. So that opening part is like helps in expelling that evil chi, or you call it the pathogenic factors from your body. So this is how medicine interact with your body. So it is very important how you prepare it, how it is going to go inside your body. Understood? Let us take one example of jaggery. Jaggery has a property of carbing acidity in some texts. So when you are taking, say, chana or groundnuts, grams or groundnuts, when you consume it, it has a potential of creating acidity in your stomach. So traditionally in Indian houses, especially in Goan or Maharashtrian houses, when we take chana or what do you call it, grams or groundnut, then small amount of jaggery is given. This is to carb the acidity. But same jaggery, if you put it in boiling water or if you cook it, then it becomes more acidic. The nature of that substance just changes. Similarly, milk has one nature, cheese, which is derived from milk, has another sticky nature. Ghee that is made from that same milk has different nature. So everything is different when it is prepared in particular way. So I will give you a very simple example of coffee, how coffee can impact our life. Coffee is a very interesting subject because it has so much variation on how you prepare. It goes from top to down in a very different way depending on how you prepare. So if you take the most basic nature of coffee, that you press it, then it will form an espresso. So when you drink an espresso, it's a very strong concentrate, very bitter in nature, and it is taken in very small quantity. So it has this two nature. One is very bitterness, which has a very purging. Purging means going downward. It is going to just go down into your intestine, while it has this subtle nature which is kind of induced by the caffeine, and it is going to float up. So when you take espresso shot, it is going to go down, impact your stools. At the same time, it has this property of it that is going to expand in your head, and it is going to make you active and hyper. While in that same espresso, if you put milk and make it into a latte, then the latte has more of a milk quality. So the milk is more heavy in nature. So this activeness is going to be less as compared to that purging nature. So the passing of stool is going to be more rather than making you active. So you can take more quantity of that compared to the espresso. You cannot take one whole glass of espresso, but you can take a whole glass of latte and not have that much of hyperactive rush. While at the same time, if you take Americano instead of taking milk, if you take Americano, which is more water, then this is going to have more of a lasting impact of that same espresso or the caffeine quantity on your body. So you can have that prolonged impact. Now, again, this is very interesting on how same proportions of liquids in different ways can impact your body differently. If you take Americano, which is basically espresso, coffee shot plus water, is going to have a lasting impact of caffeine on your body, and it is going to go all over the body. While if you take an espresso shot, wait for 10 minutes, and then take a glass of water, which is basically the same thing, but in a different time span, then it is going to have an exact opposite impact. On contrary, it is going to eliminate the caffeine impact on your body. So you will notice that if you do this after 10 minutes, if you take a glass of water, After some time, when you pass urine, you will smell the caffeine in your urine. So the caffeine impact, that is the excess of it, is going to thrown out of the body, and the effect of it is going to be like a kickstart rather than making you hyper. Similarly, if you add sugar into a latte, then it is going to have a very different impact on your body. It is going to give you that kick, it is going to have this purging effect. At the same time, it will easily make you lethargic. It is going to make you more crave for that. Last time we talked about this craving. So it is going to crave more of that liquid into your body. Now, same time, if you take an instant coffee, that instant coffee is going to feel a very raw in your body. It is going to make you active, but it feels like it is stagnant. It is, you cannot take too much quantity of it. You can take half a cup and you are done with it. Why? Because that fine nature of that coffee is going to, and that milk mixing it in, is going to get an impact on your body that is going to make you more stagnant. Now, let us move to a cappuccino. Cappuccino is basically that same coffee, espresso shot, plus a little bit of milk and that lot of froth or foam. So the froth is going to make you more of a taste rather than making you like a latte, a complete coffee feel. So same coffee with different compositions, with different way of drinking is going to impact your body differently. Again, if you have never taken coffee before and if you take the coffee first time, let us take an example of a latte. If you take that coffee, you will feel a change in your body. You will feel that your hands are shaking, you will feel palpitating, you feel overactive, you don't know what to do, what not to do. You're hyperactive, you will lose sleep also. While that happens, when you're having that experience, what is actually indicating is that your liver has this capacity to detox what you have consumed. So that detoxing result in the side effects. After a period of time, when you get used to that coffee, you take 2 glasses every day, you will start feeling that the same coffee is going to make you calm kind of thing. It is not as hyperactive as before. You will contrary feel drowsy after drinking coffee. You want to take more of that coffee. So that indicates that the detoxing capacity of your liver has subsided. It is no longer able to detox the liquid that you're consuming. So what are you supposed to do in this? Because if your detoxing is not working, it is going to be very harmful for your body. You are becoming dependent on that coffee to just start your day and end your day, go through the day. So in that case, we have 7, 14 and 21 day cycle to get rid of that habit. If you're not too used to coffee, then 7 day of no coffee whatsoever, no matter how much withdrawal you feel, no matter how much you feel you should drink coffee, you have to avoid for 7 days. After 7 day period, next thing, if you are not able to detox in 7 days, you still feel the craving and you don't feel refreshed, then you have to go for 14 day or 21 days. In 21 days, body is quite able to detox it, provided you drink enough water. So I have talked about the importance of water in our last video also. So you have to make sure that you drink enough water in that to detox the body. After 21 days, if you consume the coffee again, then you will feel the same impact as the first day. That indicates that your liver has replenished. So this is how body actually works. Now I'll take another example of how knowing what you are prescribing to your patient or what you are consuming as a consumer of herbal medicines or food. You have to know this. You have to know the product that you're consuming so thoroughly that you can use it in all kinds of ways. I will tell you an example of coffee. I used the coffee once for my cousin to help him sleep. Now you will question, is this guy insane? We drink coffee to be awake. We never take coffee to sleep. That is the most stupidest thing you ever heard, right? But that is when you just know that coffee helps to keep you awake. It is like migraine, take this medicine. You have constipation, take this medicine. When you're a stagnant practitioner of herbology or stagnant practitioner of medicine, This is how you actually practice. But when you know the medicine so thoroughly before prescribing, you know ins and outs of this medicine. So even that opposite impact of the medicine, you can use it to treat it. So I'll give an example. So there was this incident where we had inaugurated a Shirdi hospital, and my family, my cousin, was traveling at night through the night to reach in the morning because the inauguration was on the next day. So when he was traveling, he had taken energy drink like Monster to go through the whole night drive, and he's not used to night drive. So he had taken 2 3 cans of it. So he was very hyperactive at night, and he has not slept the whole night, which he is not used to. Next day he came to our hospital, and the inauguration was supposed to be in the afternoon. So he reached early morning, and he wanted to sleep so that he'll be fresh in the afternoon. But he could not sleep. His body was so tired from the night drive that he wanted to sleep, but his mind was hyperactive. He could not sleep for even 5 minutes. He lied down, he was like turning around, and he was so disturbed. He told me, like, ask me what should I do. I told him, just take a packet of instant coffee, and I told him a particular way to prepare it and drink it. And he was like, are you mad? I want to sleep, not get more awake. Like, and he was like, I was like, just listen to me. I know what is happening in your body. I know your body type. I know what coffee does to your body. So listen to me and just take it. I will prepare it for you. And I made a particular preparation of coffee and gave it to him in my way. And as soon as we consume it, 5 to 10 minutes was the time. He slept like a baby for next 5 hours. And he was like, whoa, what did you do? How can you make me sleep with coffee? That is impossible. And that is, my friend, is the secret of practicing thoroughly the herbology, practicing thoroughly the medicine. Because unless you do that, all you are doing is symptomatic treatment. And symptomatic treatment is not the way of Ayurveda. It is not the way of herbology. It is not the way of TCM. Because that is Western medicine. So this is especially for all the people who have been influenced that if you have headache, you have to take this medicine. If you have constipation, you take this medicine. If you have this problem, you take this medicine. And they are becoming robotic mechanized. And even the doctors are not Ayurvedic doctors, have forgotten the way of Ayurveda, how they have to diagnose a person and prescribe medicine or prepare the medicine by themselves and give it to the patient. That is the way of the medicine, and not just prescribing and going to a pharmacy and taking the medicine. That is not how Ayurveda is practiced. So this is for those people who want to know about Ayurvedic medicine, who want to know the way of the medicine. So do like this video, do share it to all your friends and family, and do subscribe to our channel, and stay tuned because I'm going to talk more and more about this kind of things, and you will learn and become wiser every day. Do subscribe to our channel. Thank you.